I was out on a little walk in the forest the other day, and I realized that there was nettles everywhere I looked. I mean, this stuff was all over the place. Another thing I realized is that you really shouldn't touch them with your bare hands. But that wasn't gonna stop me. I was gonna have a nettle soup. Once home, I left it soaking in some cold water for about half an hour. I was now also armed with gloves, which didn't really make a difference, since my hands were pretty much burning at that point. Soaking the nettles will clean it up and refresh it, and it will get rid of any hitchhikers. Then I took out a pair of shears, and I snipped it into some more manageable chunks. I threw it into a pot along with a pint of chicken stock and a few sprigs of spring onion, which I realized that I forgot as soon as I put the lid on. Ideally, you want to pick and cook nettles during the spring when it's young and tender. Ramsons also grows during that season, so you can use that instead of the spring onion. It took about 15 minutes to cook, but it turned out that the stems of these mature plants were too tough and fibrous, so I picked them out. And again, the spring nettles would be young and tender, and you could use the whole plant. Once it cooled down a bit, I threw it all into the blender. Then I poured the nettle smoothie back into a little pan, along with a splash of cream. I was careful with how much I was adding though, because on one hand I want the richness of the cream, but on the other I still want to keep that deep green color. I knew that I also wanted some form of a crouton, but I didn't want to make croutons per se. So here's what I came up with. A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of dried oregano, a little bit of minced garlic, and a little bit of panco. And then I just let that sizzle until it became toasty and fragrant. I took it out on some paper towels, and as it cooled down, it became nice and crispy. I crumbled some feta on top of the soup, and I topped that with my garlic crisp. And then the last thing I really want on there is a big spoon of chili oil. The soup is so tasty, even more so when you know that you've picked the nettles yourself. Give it a try, it's a fun little project. And it just tastes healthy. Roll out!